just came with an idea one day about a product that I couldn't see in the market. And I thought to just bring it to life. So I did some investigation through local sourcing. I asked local engineers or them. Then I had to just go ask in Italy, ask in France, ask in different countries. But then it's like a big puzzle you're trying to solve. When you're not coming from this industry, when you don't have the knowledge of that, you need a one-stop shop. Just go in and just say, I need to do that, and then they will advise you, oh, you need engineer for that, you need electronic engineer for that, or you need designers. So when you just go out, especially in Europe, to source and just try to make a product from scratch or from a napkin drawing, as you said, then it's close to impossible, because you find one person and then you have to connect the link. I mean, you need, like, let's say, something that is Bluetooth and needs to be connected to an application, and you have to find someone to design the application, someone to do the firmware, the hardware, and it's like you get lost into into the whole situation, and you get disappointed. So then you start searching more, and then you send questions, quotations. It's quite hard when you don't know where to start.
When did we start working together?
It's been a year now, I think.
Yeah.
It's been a year. I think I contacted you within a couple of weeks. I think we had the quotation, and then we started just brief talks.
Yeah. It's crazy how long the process takes, because there's, like you said at the beginning, right? Firmware, software, design, engineering. There's so many pieces of the puzzle to make a product that if you do end up wasting time with the wrong people, you're a year down the road with nothing.
It's so long away. I mean, this made me appreciate of everything that I have around me now. Like, you see a car and you see the tail lights, the headlights, you see the electric windows, you see that, and you take it for granted. It's like, they just put it together.
Yeah,
see
sure.
That. And then you just only see the tail light, and you think like, you must be a team of like 20 people working just to make that tail light.
Seriously.
How to assemble, and then these people that they design the tail light, they have to speak to the other designers that they do the side bumper or the bumper, the side panels, and everything has to, it has to be harmony of everything to get together, and it has to be a communication. Like,
I think I've probably become the worst customer imaginable for businesses, because now, like you said, whatever I look at, a light, pool table, the pool ball, the picnic, whatever, this chair, I think two things. Number one, how much did it cost to make?
Yes.
And how did it get put together, right? Because we always want to be able to make everything, right? That's like our baseline for why I made Morpho, is whether it's scales for go-kart, which we'll talk about your product, I think, in a sec, or whatever it is, I want to make the best version of any of those products, right? So you said earlier, a napkin sketch, and I think your story, when we first talked, is a cool story about how you came up with your idea, because it's obviously, with your kid, and having an idea to like work with him. I think people have new ideas all the time, but I think it'd be cool to hear why this product and how did that come to play?
Hard to improvise. I mean, I needed a system so I can just get the geometry of the card right, the weight distribution correct, and the ways to do it. I mean, it wasn't such a way so far. So I mean, there is these kind of systems for bigger cars, but nothing for smaller scale vehicles, let's say. But also, so people will improvise. People would just get like bathroom scales, just put a card on, and then just manually do the measurements or do the numbers, do the percentages. And I was just, I was looking for this product, searching if there's anything around it, because I wanted to buy this product to solve my because I had a problem and I was looking for the solution.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't find the solution.
Do you like go-karts too, or your son?
Yeah, I was into motorsports, but mostly onto motocross. I was like racing motorbikes.
Yeah.
But,
How competitive is go-karting? Because it's like
very competitive. Go-karting is the gateway to the elite
yeah.
motorsports.
Okay.
So if you don't do this, you won't go that far, because
Right.
it's like you have to set the foundation, you know, the driving skills, the race craft, the understanding of the handling of the car or anything. So there's something like if you do it from young, then you evolve through it.
Yeah.
So it's essential. It's essential into motorsports. So
Yeah. When you had the idea for the product, and then you see the first prototype. How does that change what you want for the final design? Like, is it all on path to that final design, or is seeing the prototype make you think about other things that you want?
No, the good thing is that the prototype reached like the 80% of the expectations.
Yeah.
But also gets you to think, you get a clear picture and then you can perfect it because you are already on the 80%.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, the 20% that I was missing, let's say, was mostly onto the application, also onto the software to match to the tolerances, let's say. So the device itself, it was close to perfection, and then it gives you, because the prototype was so good, then it gave us more flexibility and time to push the limit.
Yeah.
And just go further up.
I tell people a lot, like it's your product, right? It's whatever your dream is, our job is to make that happen. But the more I think people know what they want, then when you get the prototype, like you said, it's about fine tuning, it's about changing this and that, little bit of changes, the 20% to make it perfect. But to get to the 80, this is you, right? This is your vision.
Because you have to kind of know your product, although you're learning your product through the process, but you have to really love and just really want it to happen. So it has to be in your mind every day.
Yeah.
It's not something that you're just gonna hand it to I'm gonna hand it to your team and just say, yeah, build me this. You have to be also passionate about it to just get it there.
What did you think about like the iterative process of working with us? Like from one idea to coming to us, to back to you, to coming to us, and then back to you. Like there is a lot of back and forth. Did it surprise you? Did it feel faster than you thought, or slower than you thought, or kind of what you expected?
No, it made me feel like home in a way. It felt like I've been working with your team for a long time, because you ask them for this much, they'll come back with that much. And you're like, okay. And then, you ask for more because they already raised the bar.
Yeah.
It's like, pass the ball to you to raise the bar more. So, we've been pushing each other into finding, to get it in a better level.
That's how I think you make great products, right? Is lots of collaboration. Right, because as simple as two heads is better than one.
Oh,
right?
Yes.
And just thinking about things that maybe you didn't think of, and you're thinking of things that we didn't think of, and it's a very collaborative. All business is collaborative, but I think in especially these development phases, so if we build this, you're happy, everyone signs off, right? Then we can build 1 million, right? And most people want to rush into the build. But for us, like at Morpho, I think what we pride ourselves on is making development perfect, right? We don't want to push you into mass production. We want you to be so happy that once we're in mass production, we just sell them, Yeah,
and we'll move to the next one.
Exactly.
That's the aim now, just to get on with it and just move to the next product.
Yeah. Do you have an example of a problem that we faced throughout the process, and either a solution Morpho came up with for engineering or design, or?
It was a few actually. Because I had no engineering background.
Yeah.
So I was asking them for something. They won't come back and say it's impossible. They'll come back and say, okay, we'll find it. We'll see what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
And they come back with some smart ideas how to solve this, structure-wise, design-wise, in many aspects. Yes.
We've got a big sign up there. I don't know if you saw the signs on the wall, but one of them says, start small, scale aggressively,
yeah.
right? So I always, I love dreaming of big business and doing big things always, right? That's what I'm thinking about all day long. But I think it's super important to start small, get familiar with the people you're working for, like each other, right? I like to say, if you can't have a beer with the people you're working with, you shouldn't work with them.
Yeah.
Like if you can't enjoy yourself and smile and hang out, then what are you doing, right?
Like they say, don't trust the skinny shirts.
yeah, totally, totally. But how do you see your collaboration with Morpho shaping up for, future evolution of your brand?
Well, as I said, it's like a one-stop shop. Your team really helped me to bring this into reality. They gave me the right direction on doing everything, and at the same time, this way protects your product of being copied, because you will source from different sources everything, so everything will come from the four corners of the earth, let's say, and then it will be all come in one place, and then there's going to be the final shape and go into the market. So that really reassures you that it's in safe hands, that it's not going to be copycat.
Yeah, totally.
So, and that gives you, this way it gives you a head start of your competition 2 years ahead, because whatever we did now, when we launch, whoever likes it and wants to copy it has to go napkin onwards.
Yeah, and I think we talked about that on the phone the first time.
Yeah, so that would take them
We talked before, you've had a lot of success in business, lots of different ventures. I made Morpho because I made a product and it didn't go well. And because I just used one factory, and all the things I learned from that is why I built Morpho. Because when I held that first prototype, it wasn't good. And it wasn't 80%, it was 8%, right?
Oh.
So I think that's something that a lot of people look forward to, is for your getting that prototype in your hand, describe to the good people, how does that feel to get it? And you're obviously you didn't do everything, but I made this, and feeling that in your hand, how does that feel?
It's such a good feeling, because you see the whole thing and you're yes.
The journey is complete.
It's there. It's such a nice feeling. Today when I just saw the final shape, yes, this is what I want.
I saw it too today. It looks good.
It's seeing a proper product.
Yeah.
Not something that is being made, on a 3D printer.
In the garage with a hammer.
Yeah, you see imperfections, and you see you see that, and you know that every piece coming out of the production line will be identical, it will be up to spec.
Yeah, totally.
And this is what matters.
I say that a lot too, right? The prototyping and development phase is iteration after iteration, change this, change that. But once you move into post-mold life, you're set.
Yeah, today I just sent a picture to a couple of my friends that they know about that, and that just sent them, the final, and just said them God, it looks expensive. Expensive fish food.
You would like to hear that?
So you're gonna pay me for whatever I ask. Yeah.
Perfect.
I can stick it there.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Savas, I think that's good.
Love talking to you. Pleasure.
Yeah, totally.
So
hopefully we can grow the business together and onwards and upwards from here.
Yes, sir. It's just a start.
Cool.
So,
peace.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hungry?
Always.